one in a million these days. Specialness is de rigueur, above average is average, go figure. Is it some modern miracle of calculus that such frequent miracles don't render each one unmiraculous?
My mommy says I'm a miracle. Don't look at my face and it's plain to see. Ever since the day don't show the umbilical cord, it's been clear there's no fear for a miracle like me. My mommy says I'm a precious Berylina. She has never seen a prettier Berylina. She says if I'm keen I have to cut down on the cream. But I'm a Berylina, so give me more cake.
Picture of a mango from this angle over here. What a dear.
I'll take another.
Might she be a little brighter than her glass?
Oh yeah, she's definitely advanced. My mama says I'm a miracle. Well, they got my face and it's plain to see. Ever since the day don't show the umbilical cord, it's been clear there's no fear for a miracle like me. My mommy says I'm a miracle. I'm as tiny and as shiny as a miracle. You can be all cynical, but it's the truth. A miracle that's never been a miracle. A miracle, a miracle like me. Look, is this going to take much longer, Doctor? I've got a plane to catch at 3. I'm competing in the biannual International Amateur Salsa and Ballroom Dancing Championships in Paris.
You're getting on a plane, Mrs. Wormwood.
Of course I am. I always compete, Doctor. And this year I have a secret weapon, Rudolfo. He's part Italian, you know. Very supple. And he has incredible upper body strength.
I think we should have a talk.
So what is it? What's wrong with me?
Mrs. Wormwood, you really have no idea.
Gas?
Mrs. Wormwood, I want you to think very carefully. What do you think might be the cause of this?
Am I... Look, am I fat?
Mrs. Wormwood, you're pregnant.
What?
You're going to have a baby.
But I've got a baby. I don't want another one. Isn't there something you could do?
You're 9 months pregnant.
Antibiotics or... Oh my good lord. What about the biannual International Amateur Salsa and Ballroom Dancing Championships?
A baby, Mrs. Wormwood. The most wonderful gift that the natural world can bestow upon us has been handed to you. A person, a wonderful new person is about to come into your life. In love, and magic, and happiness, and wonder.
Oh, bloody hell!
Every life I bring into this world restores my faith in humankind.
I'll push you in a minute.
Each newborn life a canvas, yet unpainted. This still looking skin, this uncorrupted mind. Every life is unbelievably unlikely. The chances of existence almost infinitely small. The most common thing in life is life. And yet every single life and new life is a miracle. Miracle.
All right, where is he? Where's my son?
Mr. Wormwood, you smoking a cigarette?
What? Oh, my good lord, I'm so sorry, Doctor. What on earth am I thinking? This calls for a proper smoke. Oh, my good lord, he's an ugly little bugger, isn't he?
This is one of the most beautiful children I've ever seen.
Oh, my good lord! Where's his thingy?
Here's what?
You know, his thingy, his whatchamacallit, his doodah. Oh, what have you done with his thingy?
This child's not have a thingy because...
A boy without a thingy, Doctor? Oh, look what you've done, you stupid woman. You can't even make a boy with a thingy.
Mr. Wormwood, this is a girl. A beautiful, beautiful little girl.
Is there still time for the biannual Championship Amateur Sausage?
Dance competition's finished. You've missed it, dear. Now, I don't suppose we could exchange this one for a boy. Now, could we, good doctor?
This is the worst day of my life. Oh, my undercarriage doesn't feel quite normal. My skin looks just revolting in this phosphorescent light. And this gown is nothing like the semi-formal, semi-Spanish gown I should be wearing in the semi-finals tonight. I should be dancing the tarantella, qui Monfella, Italiano, not dressed in hospital cotton, with an ouching from bottom. And this
Miracle, miracle,
smelling
wonderful miracle I have ever seen.
I can't find his break and me.
Every life unbelievably
My mommy says I'm a miracle, turns over to
just almost infinitely small. The most common thing in life is love. And yet every single one and new life is a miracle. Miracle. Miracle.
My mommy says I'm a miracle, one that got my face and is plain to see. Ever since the day don't drop the umbilical cord, it's been clear there's no fear for a miracle like me. My mommy says I'm a miracle, and I'm as shiny and as shiny as a miracle. We all cynical, but it's such a miracle. There's never been a miracle as miracle as. My mommy says I'm a lousy little worm. My daddy says I'm a ball. My mommy says I'm a jumped up little germ, that kids like me should be against the law. My daddy says I should learn to share my pile. No one likes a smart mouth girl like me. Mom says I'm a good kid for population control. Dad said I should watch more TV.
That is right, sir. 155 brand new luxury cars. Oh, they're good runners. I'll tell you something for certain. You wouldn't stand a chance against them in a race. No, sir? Well, yes, sir. That's right, sir. So, how much exactly are we talking?
Harry!
Hang on!
Look at this! She's reading a book! That's not normal for a 5-year-old. Think she might be an idiot.
Listen to this. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. It was the age of
Oh, make her stop!
Stop scaring your mother with that book, boy!
I'm a girl.
And she keeps trying to tell me stories, Harry. Stories? Who wants stories? I mean, it's not normal for a girl to be all thinking.
I'm going to have to call you straight back, sir. Oh, would you please shut up? I'm trying to pull the biggest business deal of my life. I have to listen to this. This is all your fault, you know. You spend all of us in the trouble to expect me to pull us out of it. What am I, a flaming escapologist?
Escapologist, he says. What about me then? I've got a whole house to look after. Dinners don't microwave themselves, you know. If you're an escapologist, then I must be an acrobat to bounce that lot. The world's greatest acrobat. Well, I am off to bleach my roots, and I shan't be talking to you for the rest of the evening, you horrid little man.
I'm going to get us rich.
Rich? How rich?
Very rich. Russian businessmen are very, very stupid. Your genius husband is going to sell them 155 old knackered bangers as brand new luxury cars.
But that's not fair. The cars will break down. What about the Russians?
Fair? Fair? Listen to the boy.
I'm a girl.
Fair doesn't get you anywhere in life, you thick-headed twit brain. All I have to say is thank heavens Michael over here has inherited his old man's brains, eh, son? Michael!
Well, I shall take the money when you earn it, and I shall spend it. But I shan't enjoy it because of the despicable way in which you have spoken to me tonight.
This is all your fault, you know, with your books and your reading.
What? But I didn't do anything. That's not right.
Right? Let me tell you something, boy. You're off to school in a few days' time. You'll be getting anything right there. Oh, no. I know your headmistress, Agatha Trunchbull. Big, great, scary woman she is. She used to compete in the Olympics, you know. Throwing the hammer! Imagine what she's going to do to a disgusting little goblin like you, boy.
I'm a girl.
Off to bed with you, you bookworm.
Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pit of water. So they say the subsequent fall was inevitable. They never stood a chance, they were written that way. Innocent victims of their story. Like Romeo and Juliet. It was written in the stars before they even met. That's love and fate, and a touch of stupidity would rob them of the hope of living happily. The endings were often, I think, to be gory. I wonder why they didn't just change their story. We tell we have to do it, we are told, but surely sometimes you have to be a little bit naughty. Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, nothing will change. Even if you're little, you can do a lot. You mustn't let a little thing like little stop you. If you sit around and nothing gets on top you, might as well be saying you think that that's okay, and that's not right. And if it's not right, you have to put it right. Platinum blonde hair dye, extra strong, keep out of reach of children. Always once had time for men. Yep. In the slip of a book, there's a tiny revolt. The seed of a wolf in the creak of a floorboard. The storm can begin with the flap of a wing. The tiniest mite packs the mightiest string. Every day starts with the tick of a clock. All escapes start with the click of a lock. If you're stuck in your story and want to get out, you don't have to cry, you don't have to shout. 'Cause if you're little, you can do a lot. You mustn't let a little thing like little stop you. If you sit around and nothing gets on top you, won't change a thing. Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, you might as well be saying you think that that's okay, and that's not right. And if it's not right, you have to put it right. But nobody else is gonna put it right for me. Nobody but me is gonna change my story. Sometimes you have to be a little bit naughty.
Now, son, in business, a man's hair is his greatest asset. Now, the secret to my success in business is... Secrets. Yes, dear boy, secrets. Secret to my success is this. Oil of violets, hair tonic for men. Now, stand back now, son. Your man's going to work. There. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's it right there. That is the cat's pajamas. Oh, yes. Oh, a couple more like this, and we have the deal maker in no time, son. Woo! Now, son, in business, a man simply cannot fail to get noticed when he looks like this.
Secrets.
Your hair, it's green!
Good Lord, woman, have you started already? It's not even 8:30. My hair's green!
What on earth did you do that for? Why would you want green hair?
Don't want green hair, I didn't do anything!
Maybe you saw my mommy's peroxide by mistake.
That's exactly what you've done, you stupid man!
Oh, my hair, my lovely hair. Oh, my good Lord. I've got my deal today with the Russians. Oh, what am I going to do?
I know what you can do.
Well, what is it? What can I do?
You pretend to be an elf.
That's it. I can pretend that I'm a... What are you talking about, you fool? The boy's a loony. Big hairy Russians and everything.
Mummy, would you like to hear another story?
Ugh, don't be disgusting! Go on, creep on back to that library of yours or something. The sooner you're locked up in school, the better.
Matilda, what a pleasure to see you here in the library again, are we?
Yes, but my mommy did want me to stay at home. She hates it when I leave. Dad too. He misses me very much. But I think it's best for grown-ups to have their own space.
Your parents must be so proud to have a little girl as clever as you are. And do you tell them lots of stories like you do with me? You know I love your stories, Matilda. And that's not a hint, by the way, but if you did have another story you wanted to tell
Goodbye,
me,
Mrs. Phelps. See you next week.
Goodbye, Miss Honey, and good luck with the Tolstoy. As I was saying, Matilda, I'm not hinting at anything, but if you did have another story you wanted to tell me, I could just...
Who was that lady?
That lady? Oh, that's Miss Honey. She's going to be your teacher.
That lady's my...
Yes, your teacher. Now look, are you going to tell me a story or not?
Once upon a time, the two greatest circus performers in the world, an escapologist who could escape from any look that was ever invented, and an acrobat who was so skilled it seemed that she could actually fly, fell in love and got married. They performed some of the most incredible feats together anyone had ever seen, and people would come from miles around. Kings, queens, celebrities, and astronauts. And not just to see their skill, but to also see their love for each other, which was so deep, it said that cats would purr as they passed them and dogs would weep with joy. They moved into a beautiful old house on the edge of town, and in the evenings they would walk and take in the air, and the children of the town would wait in anticipation, hoping for the glimpse of the shiny white scarf that the acrobat always wore, and then they only need to cry, "Tricks! Tricks!" and the great performers would instantly oblige. But although they loved each other, although they were famous and everyone loved them, they were sad. We have everything the world has to offer, said the wife.
We have everything.
But we do not have the thing in the world we want most.
But the one thing.
We do not have a child.
Patience, my love.
Patience, my love, the husband replied. Time is on our side, even time loves us.
Matilda.
But time is the one thing no one is master of. And as time went by, they grew quite old and still had no child. In the evenings, they would walk. But when they listened to the big empty silence and imagined a child playing in it.
Matilda, this is very sad.
Do you want me to stop?
Don't you dare!
Their sadness overwhelmed them to ever more dangerous feats, as the work became the only place that could escape the inescapable tragedy of their lives. And then it was decided to perform the most dangerous feat ever known to man. It is called, the husband announced Sing it to the words pressed with bated breath.
The burning woman hurled through the air with dynamite in her hair. All the sharks and spiky objects caught by the man locked in the cage. And it is the most dangerous feat ever known to man.
It is our destiny, said the wife, sadly slipping her hand into his. It is where the loneliness of life has led us.
What happened?
I don't know. Not yet, anyway.
What? But isn't there some more? I mean, just isn't there a little bit more? I suppose your mother is waiting for you. Is she here? I'd love to meet her. Actually, maybe I
Bye, Miss Phelps. See you tomorrow.
after your first day at school.
My mummy says I'm a miracle.
My daddy says I'm a special little guy.
I am a princess.
And I am a prince.
Mum says I'm an angel. Mum says I'm an angel. Mum says I'm an angel.
So you think you're able As by being a prince or a princess, you will soon see there's no escaping tragedy. And even if you put in heaps of effort, you're just wasting energy, cause your life as you know it is ancient history. I have suffered in this jail, I've been trapped inside this cage for ages, this living hell. But if I try I can remember that before my life had ended, before my happy days were over, before I first heard the pealing of the bell. Like you I was curious, so innocent I asked 1,000 questions, but unless you want to suffer, listen up and I will teach you a thing or two. You listen here, right here you'll be punished so severely if you step out of line, and if you cry it will be double. You should stay out of trouble and remember to be extremely careful.
Why?
Why?
Why did you hear what he said?
Just you wait for phys ed,
What's this S?
physical education.
My mum says I'm a miracle. My dad said I'll be the teacher's pet. School is really fun, according to my mom. Dad will learn the alphabet.
The alphabet. You got to learn to listen first.
And so you think you're able to survive this mess by being a prince or a princess, you will soon see there's no escaping tragedy. And even if you put in heaps of effort, you're just wasting energy, cause your life as you know it is ancient history. I have suffered in this jail, I've been trapped inside this cage for ages, this living hell. But if I try I can remember that before my life had ended, before my happy days were over, before I first heard the pealing of the bell. Like you I was curious, so innocent I asked 1,000 questions, but unless you want to suffer, listen up and I will teach you a thing or two. You listen here, my dear, you'll be punished so severely if you step out of line, and if you cry it will be double. You should stay out of trouble and remember to be extremely careful.
Why?
Why? Did you not hear what we said?
Just you wait for phys ed. Just you wait for phys
A, B,
ed.
C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, 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 Y.
Why?
Just you wait for
morning, children. My name is Miss Honey, and today is a very special day. Your first day at school. Now, do any of you know your 2 times tables? Wonderful. Matilda, isn't it? Please stand and do as much as you can.
1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 2 is 6. 4 times 2 is 8. 5 times 2 is 10. 6 times 2 is 12. 7 times 2 is 14. 8 times 2 is 16. 9 times 2 is 18. 10 times 2 is 20. 11 times 2 is 22. 12 times 2 is 24.
Oh, my word, that's very good.
13 times 2 is 26. 14 times 2 is 28. 15 times 2 is
Stop,
36.
stop. Good heavens, how far can you go?
I don't know. Quite a long way though, I think.
Do you think you could tell me what 2 times 28 is?
56.
Well, yes, yes, that's correct. How about this? Now, this is much harder, so don't worry if you don't get it. But do you think you could tell me what 2 times 487 is? If you took your time, do you think
974.
12 sevens.
84.
Let's leave math for now and move on to reading. Can anyone tell me what this says?
Oh, I get this, baby! I get this.
Very well, Nigel. Oh, that's enough for now. We don't want you to burst a blood vessel on your first day. Lavender?
Is the first word tomato?
No, but tomato is a very good word.
Yes.
Matilda?
I can now read words.
So, Matilda, you can read words.
Well, yes, I need to learn to read words so that I can read sentences. Because basically, a sentence is just a big bunch of words. And if you can't read sentences, you've got no chance with books.
And have you read a whole book yourself, Matilda?
Yes, more than one, though. I read quite a few this week.
A few? In a week? My, that is good. What books did you read?
Nicholas Nickleby, Oliver Twist, Jane Eyre, Chester D. Hoovervilles, The Lord of the Rings, Kim, The Invisible Man, The Secret Garden, and Sig of the Dog.
Knock on the door, Jenny. Just knock on the door. Don't be pathetic. Knock on the door, Jenny. There's nothing to fear. You're being pathetic. It's just a door. You've seen one before. Just knock on the door. Look at you trying to hide, silly. Standing outside the principal's office like a little girl. It's just pathetic. Ooh. Look at you hesitating, hands shaking. You should be embarrassed. You're not a little girl. It's just pathetic. Knock on the door, Jenny. What are you waiting for? Just knock on the door. Perhaps our witchy is probably having a meeting or something and won't want to be interrupted. If anything, caution in these situations is sensible. One should avoid confrontation where possible. I'll come back later then. But this little girl, this miracle, knock on the door, Jenny. Just knock on the door. Don't be pathetic.
Enter. Well, don't just stand there like a wet tissue. Get on with it.
Well, yes, Miss Trunchbull, there, in my class there is a little girl named Matilda Wormwood.
Daughter of Mr. Harry Wormwood, who owns Wormwood Motors. Excellent man. Told me to watch out for the little brat, though. Says she's a real wart.
Oh, no, I don't think Matilda's that kind of child at all.
What is the school motto, Miss Honey?
Bombinatum asmagitum.
bombinatum est magitum. Children are maggots. In fact, it must have been her who put that stink bomb under my desk this morning. I'll have her for that. Thank you for suggesting it.
But I didn't. Miss Trunchbull, Matilda Wormwood is a genius.
Nonsense. Haven't I just told you she's a gangster?
She knows her times tables.
So she's learnt a few tricks.
But she can read.
So can I.
I must tell you, Headmistress, that in my opinion, this little girl should be placed in the top form with the 11-year-olds.
What? But she's a squib. A shrimp. An unhatched tadpole. We cannot just place her with the 11-year-olds. What kind of society would that be? What about rules, honey, rules?
I believe Matilda Wormwood is an exception to the rules.
An exception? To the rules? In my school? Look at these trophies, see how my trophies gleam in the sunlight, see how they shine. What do you think it took to become English hammer throwing champion? 1969. Do you think in that moment, when my big moment came, that I treated the rules with casual disdain? Well, like hell. As I stepped up to the circle, did I change my plan? What? As I chalked up my palms, did I wave my hands? I did not. As I started my spin, did I look at the view? Did I drift off and dream for a minute or two? Do you think I faltered or amended my rotation? Do you think I altered my intended elevation? As the hammer took off, did I change my grunt from the grunt I had practiced for many a month? Not a jot, not a dot, did I stray from the plot? Not a detail of my throw was adjusted or forgotten. Not even when the hammer left my hands and sailed high up above the stands, did I let myself go? No, 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 no. No. If you want to throw the hammer for your country, you have to stay inside the circle all the time. And if you want to make the team, you don't need happiness or self-esteem. You just need to keep your feet inside the line. Sing, children! 2, 3, 4.
If you want to throw the hammer for your country,
you have to stay inside the circle all the time. And if you want to teach success, you don't use sympathy or tenderness. You have to force the little squits to toe the line. Sing, Jenny!
if you want to throw the hammer for your country, you have to stay inside the circle all the time.
I apply just one simple rule to hammer throwing life and school. Life's a ball, so learn to throw it. Find the bally line and tow it. And always keep your feet inside the line. Now get out.
I must tell you, Headmistress, that it is my intention to help this little girl, whether you like it or not.
Stupid, ugly, bloody women, crossing us, don't they speak to me like that, bloody bastards! was the mileage. They took one look at the mileage clock on the first car and said that they had been knackered. I tried to tell them. I tried to tell them the reason why the mileage said that was a manufacturing mistake.
Is that true?
Of course it's not true.
So you lied.
Of course I lied.
And they didn't believe you.
Of course they didn't believe me. I have green hair!
I've got hair.
What's this, another flaming book? What's wrong with the telly?
She's got no respect, that one. It's all books and stories.
No, it's a lovely book. Honest, you
Oh,
should read
lovely?
it.
Here's what I think of your lovely.
No, it's a library book. It's not mine.
You show the little brats.
Get out of here, you little stinkworm.
Do we have any super glue?
In the cupboard. And while you're at it, why don't you glue your stupid book to your stupid head? I crack myself up sometimes, I swear.
Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, nothing will change. Even if you're little, you could do a lot. You mustn't let a little thing like little stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top you, might as well be saying you think that that's okay, and that's not right.
Ugh. Got my eye on you, boy.
I'm a girl.
Matilda, can I ask you a question? Do all those brains in your head get all squishy now? I mean, it's got to hurt.
No, I think it's fine. They just fit.
Right. Well, just in case they start to squish out of your ears, you're going to need help. I'm Lavender, by the way, and I think it would be for the best of our best friends. Hide me! Somebody pulled a whole can of treacle onto the transfer's chair. She sat down, and when she got up, her naked state stuck to the seat. Somebody told her I did it, but I never, and now she's after me.
That's not right. That's not right at all.
You're done, kid. You're finished.
Once Annika Trunchbull decides you're guilty, you're squished.
Yesterday, she got Julius rotten bleeding her liver's also doing science. She just picked him up, swung him around, and threw him out the window.
Don't listen to them. They're just trying to scare us.
And Matilda, they're saying she's going to put me in chokey.
What's chokey?
They say it's a cupboard in her office that she throws children into. They say she's lined it with nails and spikes and bits of broken glass.
There's a place you are sent if you haven't been good,
And it's made of spikes and wood.
and it isn't wide enough to sit. There are nails on the bottom. When the hinges creak and the door is closed, you cannot see squat. And if you scream, you don't know if the sound came out or if the screams in your head even reached your mouth.
did this happen?
20 minutes ago. Why?
Oh no, she's coming! Quick, you better hide! Blazes!
Please don't tell her where I am, Matilda. Shoot
Now!
You sufferating spleen! Where is the maggot known as Nigel?
He's over there under those coats. Where he's been for the last hour, actually.
What? An hour?
Yes, you see, Nigel suffers from a rare but chronic sleep disorder. Narcolepsy. The condition is characterized by the sufferer experiencing bouts of chronic fatigue. You see, he fell asleep and we put him on the couch for safety, didn't we? Didn't we? He'll probably think he's in bed when he wakes up.
Is it time for school yet, Mom? Well, this isn't my bedroom at all. Hello, Miss Trunchbull.
Amanda Fripp!
Yes, Miss Trunchbull?
What have I told you about wearing pigtails? I hate pigtails!
But my mommy likes them. She says they make me look pretty.
Well, your mother is a twit! You, what is your name?
Matilda. Matilda Wormwood.
Yeah, so you're Wormwood, are you? Well, Wormwood, you've just made a very big mistake.
Just so you all know, she's my best friend.
Green hair? Why, it was, the National Green Hair Day. Yes, a celebration of all the wonderful green things in the world, such as, lettuce and snot. What are you doing? Tomorrow at 2. Oh, thank you so much, sir. You will not regret this. Bye-bye now. Deuce Vadooda. And that, my good man, is how you do business. Bastard thing. Wait, hey. I'm going to leave this on. It looks like rain.
Matilda's teacher?
Be busy right now.
It will only take a moment.
Oh, well, come in if you must. This is Rudolfo. Oh, it's nothing like that. He's my dance partner. We're rehearsing.
Ciao.
Parli italiano? Bene, ciao Rodolfo, piacere, come stai?
What? Who is this, babe? You know what interruptions do to my energy flow.
What do you want, Miss Chutney?
It's Miss Honey. Well, as you know, Matilda's in the bottom class, and children in the bottom class aren't really expected to read.
We'll stop her reading then. Lord knows we've tried.
I'm in a zone, doll. I can feel it in my hips. Don't waste this.
Look, I'm not in favor of girls getting all clever pants, Miss Hussey. A girl should think about makeup and hair dye. Looks are more important than books. Now look at you. Look at me. You chose books. I chose looks.
I beg your pardon?
Babes, I'm on fire here. Please.
Matilda can calculate complicated figures in her head in an instant.
Calculate this.
Fantastic! Her mind is incredible. With a little help from us,
Mind? Hey, mind. You really don't know anything, do you? Somewhere along the way, my dear, you've made an awful error. You wouldn't blame yourself. Now come along. You seem to think that people what are clever. It's very quaint. It's very sweet, but wrong. People don't like smarty pants will go around claiming that they know stuff we don't know. Now here's a tip. What you know matters less than the volume with which what you don't know's expressed. Content has never been less important, so you have got to be loud. Girl, you gotta learn to stand up and stick out from the crowd. A little less fast, a lot more heel. A little less fast, a lot more feel. A little less brains, a lot more hair. A little less hair, a lot more derriere. No one's gonna tell you when to shake your tush, where you got a light to hide it under a bushel. No one's gonna lick if you don't stand out. No one's gonna listen if you don't shout. And no one's gonna care if you don't care. So go and put some highlights in your hair. 'Cause you gotta highlight what you got. Even if what you got is not a lot, you gotta be loud. You gotta give yourself permission to shine and stand up and be proud. A little less, a lot more sing. A little less, a lot more swing. A little less dressing like your mom. A little more bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Oh, I look nice. You don't. No one's gonna tell you when to wiggle your bum-ba.
No one's gonna love you if you don't know the rumba.
Everybody loves a little something exotic.
But learning a language is over the top.
It doesn't really matter if you don't know none.
So long as you don't know it with a bit of clout. The less you have to sell, the harder you sell it. The less you have to say, the louder you yell. The dumber the act, the bigger the confession. The less you have to show, the louder you just. So you gotta get up. You gotta get up and be loud.
What's this? 10, 10, 10, another 10! Gotta be loud. Stand up and be proud. Are you listening? You gotta be loud. You gotta give yourself a mission to shine. Stand up and be proud. Think and clever, whatever. You gotta be loud.
Stop being pathetic, Jenny. Get on your feet, Jenny. You are going to march in there and give them a piece of your mind. Leave it alone, Jenny. The more that you try, the more you'll just look like a fool. This is not your problem. You've not got the spine. You are a teacher, just go back to school. pathetic little me. And another door closes, and Jenny's outside.
And so the great day arrived. It was like the entire world had gathered to see the burning woman hurling through the air with dynamite in her hair over sharks and spiky objects caught by the man locked in the cage. Everything was arranged by the acrobat sister, a frightening woman who was an Olympic-class amateur woman and who loved nothing better than to scare the children of the town. It was said that in her dark and brooding heart, she resented his sister, both his success and her life. But then, the escapade just came out in its tight and spangy costume. But there was no sign of the acrobat, and no glimpse of the shiny white skull. And instead of the musical fanfare, well, there was silence as he strode into the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the burning woman hurling through the air with dynamite in her hair over sharks and spiky objects caught by the man locked in the cage has been cancelled.
No. Yes. Absolute silence. Then the audience gasped so loud that a passing airplane caught it on its instrumentation and reported it as an atmospheric phenomenon.
Cancelled because my wife is pregnant!
Oh, Matilda! Absolute silence. You could have heard a fly burp. But then the audience jumped to its feet and roared in appreciation, and the feat was instantly forgotten. So it had a happy ending. Forgotten by everyone, that is, the acrobat sister. When all had quieted down, she stepped forward and produced a contract.
A contract?
A
Contract has been signed to perform this feat, and perform this feat you shall. I have paid for the posters, publicity, the catering, the toilet facilities. If I give the crowd their money back, where is my profit? A contract is a contract is a contract. My hands are tied. The burning woman hurling through the air with dynamite in her hair over sharks and spiky objects caught by the man locked in a cage will be performed and performed this day, or off to prison you both shall go.
What happened next? I don't know. I'll tell you tomorrow.
What? But I don't know if my dance will make it until tomorrow.
Miss Phelps, are you crying? Wonderful. Goodbye, Miss Phelps.
Matilda, can I speak with you, please? I'm afraid I have not been too successful in getting the others to recognize your, well, abilities. So starting tomorrow, I will bring in a selection of books that will challenge your mind. You can read them while I teach the others, and if you have any questions, well, I shall do my best to answer them. How does that sound? Matilda, why, that is the biggest hug in the world. You're going to squeeze all the air out of me.
Matilda Wormwood! Matilda Wormwood, where is Matilda?
Yes, Miss Trunchbull.
Aha! So you admit it, do you?
Admit what, Miss Trunchbull?
This clod, this foul carbuncle is none other than a disgusting criminal. A denizen of the underworld. A member of the mafia. This morning, she snuck like a serpent into the kitchen and stole a slice of my private chocolate cake from my tea tray.
Did not.
Miss Trunchbull, Matilda's been here all morning.
Standing up for the little spitball, are you? Well, this crime took place before school started. Therefore, she is guilty!
Okay, look, alright, I stole the cake. And honestly, I was thinking about owning up. Maybe. But I was having a lot of trouble with my belly. You see, the Trunchbull's cake was so good that I scoffed it down too quickly. And now it's beginning to fight back. Oops. See? I'm not guilty. I didn't do anything.
You are guilty. Because you are a crook. You're a thief. And I shall crush you. I shall pound you. I shall consign you to the seventh circle of hell, child. And you shall be destroyed.
It was the biggest burp ever done. It was the biggest burp ever heard. It was the biggest burp ever heard about. It's like the entire world went silent for that burp to exist. As my huge cloud of chocolatey gas drifted across the class, past Lavender, past Alice, past Matilda, and then my great big beautiful chocolatey burp, which now seemed to have a mind of its own, wafted into the face of the Trunchbull.
Bruce Bogtrotter.
Yes, miss.
You liked my cake, didn't you, Bruce?
Yes, Miss Trunchbull. And I'm very sorry about...
No. As long as you enjoyed the cake, that's the main thing.
Is it?
Yes, Bogtrotter, it is.
Oh, well, I did. Thank you.
Wonderful. Marvelous. That makes me so happy. Gives me a warm glow in my lower intestines. Oh, cook! What's the matter, Bogtrotter? Lost your appetite?
Oh, yes, I'm full.
Oh, no, you're not full. I will tell you when you're full, and I say that criminals like you are not full until you've eaten the entire cake.
But...
No buts, you haven't got time for buts, eat.
But I can't use it all.
Headmistress, he'll be sick.
He should have thought of that before he made a pact with Satan and decided to steal my cake. Eat.
He can't.
Eat.
He surely can't.
Eat.
He might explode.
Eat.
A single slice, or even two, Bruce, might have been nice. But even you, Bruce, had to admit, between you and it, there's not a lot of difference in size. He can't, surely can't,
You are the man, Bruce.
he might explode.
He's quite elastic.
He's got dynamic and so
He's fantastic. Look at him go.
I don't want to give an effect. This must be planned, Bruce. What we all suspect is you have a one, Bruce, or maybe a largeness. It's like the TARDIS, considerably roomier in size. He can't, surely can't, surely can't.
You are
true. We can have our cake and eat it too. The time has come to put that tumbly tongue to use. No excuse, Bruce. Let out your belt, I think you'll want your trousers loose. Oh, stop the din, you're almost finished. Don't think to din, whatever you do, just don't give in. Don't let her win. Come on, Bruce, be our hero. Cover yourself in chocolate glory.
Too much. It's just too much. Go on, Bruce. Do it.
Silence!
You'll never again be subject to abuse for your immense caboose. To call a truce, Bruce. Just one more right and you're completely cooked to goose. We never thought it was possible, but here it is coming true. We can have our cake and eat it.
Sorry, Miss Trunchbull. I got a little carried away.
That's quite all right, Jenny. We all get carried away sometimes. Even me. Well done, Bog Trotter. Good show. Well, come along, Bog Trotter.
What? Where?
Oh, did I not mention? That was only the first part of your punishment. There's still the second part. And the second part is choking!
What? Miss Trunchbull, you can't!
Miss Trunchbull, you can! Did you think I would allow myself to be defeated by these maggots? Who do you think I am, Miss Honey? A weakling? A fool? An idiot? You?
He did what you asked. He ate the cake.
I ate the nut. No, not the turkey nut. Anything but the turkey nut. No, not the turkey nut. That's not right.
There'll be a brief 15-minute intermission. 242. 241. Oh, you got... Okay. Okay, he bought the ticket, so, you know, I guess it's a... You didn't pull that ticket. Sorry, we make the rules up as we go along. All right. This is Lucky Lottery. All right, this is 6911206. 206 last three. 206 last three. Somebody backstage, okay, that's good. All right, how much in the 50-50? $200. 200 clams. We got a lot of macaroni in there. Can you do it? All right, just one ticket. You notice this guy has this great orange. Okay. All right, this is a red ticket, and it's 688.
Sorry about that. Sorry.
7567.
Pardon me. Sorry, I did not mean to. Are you sitting on
5,
a seat
6,
full?
7. Excuse
No.
me, could you hold it down out there a little bit?
I'm trying to find my seat
and
for the
there's
show.
no smoking in the auditorium.
You're wearing my suit, Doctor.
5, 6, 7. Red ticket. Go woohoo. Go woohoo. Woo.
Are you bloody kidding me? Are you serious with that? You won?
No, you lost.
All right. Yeah, all right. Yeah, be a dear. Yes, thank you. All right.
You know, I've seen twins before. This guy's my evil twin. Oh man, I said
You call yourself a doctor. You stop stealing my clothes and I'll stop smoking in your theater, maybe.
All right, we're out of here.
Yeah.
Big round of applause for
Believe this man? I swear. Sometimes being with him is like pulling teeth. Get it? Because he's a doctor? Yes, I know, yes. Yeah, I'm not the only one that can tell a joke, Dr. Jackson. Here, let's get my microphones. So I have to do everything myself nowadays. All right. Are you having a good time tonight, ladies and gentlemen? Well, stop it, all right? It's annoying. Ladies and gentlemen, I have an apology that I would like to make on behalf of everyone here for some of the things that have been going on this stage tonight. These things are not right, and they are not nice. We would like to state guarantorily that we do not condone these activities here or anywhere in the world. I, of course, am talking about reading books. It's not normal for kids to behave in this fashion. It stunts the brain, dulls the eyes, makes kids ugly, betty, sweaty, gaseous, and most crucially, it gives them verrucas of the mind. Anyone here with children tonight, do not go home and try these things out for yourselves. We would like to state that we do not condone these activities guarantorily without reservoirs. Now, I'm sorry, I just have to ask this. Who here has actually ever read a book? Oh, God, there's a lot of you. All right, all right, you there, the blonde, what's your name? Veronica? You read an entire book. Really? Well, I'm so sorry to say this, but you're a stinky little bookworm! You read books? Worms read books. Worms are stupid, and you are a stupid little bookworm. There. Now, Veronica will learn from that. Won't stop her bloody reading, but she'll never raise her hand in a theater ever again, will you? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to direct our attention to a very important matter this evening. Our pinnacle achievement as a species. The very reason we bothered to evolve out of unicorns in the first place. Now, somewhere on a show, I heard that a picture tells 1,000 words. So, Telly, if you bothered to take a look, is the equivalent of like lots of books. All I know from Telly, this big beautiful box of facts. If you know a thing already, baby, just switch the channel over just like that. Endless joy and endless laughter, folks living happily ever after. All you need to make you wise is 23 minutes plus advertisements. Why should we waste your energy turning the pages 1, 2, 3 when we can sit comfortably on a lovely buffaloes, watching people singing and talking and doing stuff? All I know I learned from telly. The bigger the telly, the smarter the man. You can tell from my big telly just how clever a fella I am. Take it away there, son. Let me just listen to the boy play, ladies and gentlemen. You can't learn that from some stupid book. All I know from telly what to think and what to buy. I was pretty smart already, but now I'm really smart. Very, very smart. Endless content, endless channels. Endless chat on endless panels. All you need to fill your muffin without really having to think on nothing. Why should we waste our energy trying to work out overseas when we can sit comfortably on a lovely buffaloes, watching slightly famous people talking to really famous people? All I know I learned from telly. The bigger the telly, the smarter the man. You can tell from my big telly just how clever a fella I am. Who the Dickens is Charles Dickens? Mary Shelley? Whoo, she sounds smelly. Charlotte Bronte, do not want you. Jane Austen? in the composting. James Joyce, oh, it doesn't sound nice. Ewan McEwen, ugh, I feel like spewing. William Shakespeare, it's William Shakespeare. Moby Dick, hey, easy, Grandma, this is a kid's show, alright? All together now! All I know, I learned from Daddy. The bigger the smarter the man. You can tell from my big Daddy what a very clever fella. Buzz off, go it down, go, come on. Buzz off.
Hello, I'm Lavender, by the way, Matilda's best friend. There's a bit coming up that's all about me. Not exactly about me, but I play a big part in it. But I'm not going to say what happens because I do not want to spoil it for you. What I do is I volunteer to give the trench full of jug of water, and no, I will not say any more. On my way back, I find a newt. A newt is like a really ugly lizard that lives in the water. I pick it up, and no, I will not say any more because I do not want to ruin the surprise. I'm going to put the newt in the trench full jug. It's going to be brilliant. When I grew up, I would be tall enough to reach the branches that I need to reach to climb the trees you get to climb when you're grown up. And when I grow up, I will be smart enough to answer all the questions that you need to know the answers to before you're grown up. And when I grow up, I will eat sweets every day on the way to work, and I will go to bed late every night. And I wake up just will be saying, I think that that's okay. And that's not right.
School?
Yes, well, bits of it anyway. Miss Phelps, where's the revenge section?
The revenge section? We don't have a revenge section. Why? Is there a child at school who's behaving like a bully?
Well, not a child exactly, but
Matilda, are you sure something's not...
Do you want to hear the next part of the story?
Story? Did you say story? Did you... What are we waiting for?
Slowly. Very slowly. The acrobat wanded her shiny white scarf around her husband's neck. For luck, my love, she said, kissing him with the gentlest of kisses. Smile, we have done this 1,000 times. But then she hugged him with the biggest hug in the world. So hard that it felt that all the air got squeezed out of him. And so they prepared themselves for the most dangerous feat they'd ever performed. The great escapologist had to escape from the cage, lean out, catch his wife with one hand, grab the fire extinguisher with the other, and put out the flames in her specially designed dress within 12 seconds before they reached the dynamite and blew his wife's head off clean!
Sorry, go on.
The trick started well. The man with the specially designed dress was set alight. The acrobat swung into the air. 1 second, 2 seconds. The crowd held their breath as she hurled over the sharks and spiky objects. 3 seconds, 4 seconds. She began to reach out her arms towards the cage. 5 seconds, 6 seconds. Then suddenly the padlocks pinged open and the huge chains fell away. 7 seconds, 8 seconds. He reached out with huge muscled arms to catch his wife and the child. 9 seconds, 10 seconds. Go on, brother! 11 seconds, and he grabs her hand and suddenly the flames are covered in foam before they can both be blown to pieces.
Oh, hooray! So it does have a happy ending after all.
No.
No.
No. Maybe it was the other child. Maybe it was the next. But the escapologist used just a touch too much of foam, and the hands became slippery, and she fell.
Was she okay? Did she survive?
She broke every bone in her body, except for the ones at the ends of her little fingers. She didn't manage to live long enough to have their child, but the effort was too great. Love our little girl, she said. Love our daughter with all your heart. She's all we ever wanted. died. And then things got worse.
Matilda, worse things cannot get worse.
I'm afraid they did. Because the escapologist was so kind that he never for 1 second blamed the evil sister for what had happened. In fact, he asked her to move in and help look after his daughter. But she was nothing cruel to the little girl, making her wash and iron and cook and clean and beating her if she did a thing wrong. But always into her, so that the escapologist never suspected a thing. And so the little girl grew up with the meanest, cruelest, horriblest aunt you could possibly imagine.
Let's call the police.
Miss Phelps, it's just a story.
What? Oh, yes, of course. Matilda, you're so smart. Your parents must feel that they won the lottery having a child like you.
Yes, they always say that all the time, actually. They say, Matilda, we're so proud to have a daughter as clever as you. You're like winning the lottery. Yeah. I better go.
I'm so clever, I'm so clever, I'm so very, 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 very clever. I'm so very flaming clever, what a very clever fella am I. Oh, you know those days when things just can't get any better? This is one of those days.
Oh, stop! There's only one man I do that with.
Everyone gather around. I would like for my family to share in my triumph. Ugh, not you, boy.
I'm a girl.
So there I was, in my workshop. 155 old knackered bangers on my hands. Polished up to look like the best things in sliced bread, but the mileage on the clock telling the truth, that each one had been knackered. What was I supposed to do? I could have very well drive the cars backwards, now could I? That is when I had the most ingenious idea. And using my incredible mind, I ran right to my workshop, grabbed the drill off the workbench, and ran straight back to the first car. I connected that drill to the mileage clock, and whack it into reverse! Backwards, exactly, boy. A drill's motor goes backwards 1,000 times a second. After a couple of minutes or so, I had reduced the mileage on the clock to 0, and I did that on every single car. Backwards!
Stop talking now, darling. That's a good boy.
A couple of minutes later, the Russians show up. Ugh, big nasty apes they were. Dark suits, expensive sunglasses. I don't know who they thought they were.
Russians are nocturnal. I saw it on a program last night.
The program was badges. It was badges.
Same thing. And did it work? Oh, fantastico! I'll be able to afford your downfall all day long.
But that's not fair. You've cheated them. They've trusted you, and you've cheated them. That's not right.
What is wrong with you? What have we done to deserve a child like you?
Do you know what I'm going to do tomorrow? I'm going to march right down to that library of yours and tell that old hippie librarian you are never to be let in again.
No!
And if she does, I'll have her fired.
No, please!
You will never read another flaming book for as long as you live. I'll put an end to your stories, young man. Now you stay in there for the rest of the night, you nasty little grape!
At night, the escapologist's daughter cried herself to sleep and never said a word about the evil aunt's bullying, as she didn't want to cause a fuss. And so, she suffered in silence. This only encouraged the woman to have more greater cruelties, till one day she exploded. You useless, Don't creep! And she beat her and threw her into a dank, dark, and dusty cellar, locked the door, and went out. But that day, the escapologist happened to come home early, and when he heard the tears of his daughter, he smashed the door open.
Don't cry. I am here, little girl. Please don't cry. Dry your eyes. Wipe away your tears, little girl. Forgive me. I didn't mean to desert you. Don't cry, little girl. Nothing can hurt you. You've nothing to fear. I'm here.
Have I been so wrapped up in the grief of my wife that I have forgotten the one thing that matters to us most? I love you so much, my daughter. I shall spend the rest of my life making it up to you.
We shall be together forever. Don't cry, Daddy. I'm alright, Daddy. Please don't cry here. Let me wipe over your tears.
Forgive me.
Daddy, forgive me.
I didn't mean to desert you.
I didn't want to upset you. Please, Daddy, don't
cry, little girl.
I'll be alright.
Nothing can
By
hurt
my
you.
side,
You've
I've
nothing to fear. I'm here.
But when the little girl fell asleep, the thoughts of the escapologist turned to the acrobat's sister, and an almighty rage grew inside his heart.
This demon, this villain, this monster. She has sullied the memory of my wife. She has betrayed the trust of her own sister. She has shown cruelty to the most precious reality of my marriage. Bullying children is her game, is it? Then let us see what this creature thinks she can do when a grown man stands before her.
But that was the last time the little girl ever saw her father, because he never came home, ever, again.
Matilda, I have those books.
What are you doing with those books, woman?
They're for Matilda.
No, they are not. Not on my watch. There's an age for reading, and there's an age for being a filthy little toad. These are toads. Aren't you, Bog Trotter?
Yes, Miss Trunchbull.
Yes, Miss Trunchbull. Only Bog Trotter here is now a good little toad. Sit. It has become clear to me, Miss Honey, that you have no idea what you are doing. You believe in kindness and fluffiness and books and stories. That is not teaching. To teach a child, you must first break the child. Quiet, you maggots!
But no one was speaking, Miss Trunchbull.
Miss Honey, please understand that when I say quiet, you maggots, you are entirely included in that statement. Where's my jug of water?
Oh, Miss Trunchbull, I'll get it.
Stupid little girl. Look at you. Flabby. Disgusting. Revolting, I say. I think it's time we toughened you all up with a bit of phys ed. The school of light has started reeking. Quiet, maggots, when I'm speaking! Reeking with the most disturbing scent. Only the finest nostrils smell it, but I know it oh too well. It is the odor of rebellion. It's the bouquet of dissent. And you may bet your britches this headmistress finds this foul odoriferousness wholly olfactorily insulting. And so, to stop the stenches spread, I find a session of phys ed. Sorts the merely rank from the revolting. The smell of rebellion comes out in the sweat, and phys ed will get you sweating. And it won't be long before I smell the pong of aiding and abetting. A bit of phys ed will tell us who has a head full of rebellious thoughts. Hold, just like a rotten egg floats to the top of a bucket of water. The smell of rebellion, the stench of revolt, the reek of insubordination, the whiff of resistance, the pong of dissent, the funk of mutiny in action. Before a weed becomes too big and greedy, you really need to nip it in the bud. Position 2. Before the worm starts to turn, you must scrape off the dirt and rip it from the mud. A whiff of insurgence, the stench of intent, the reek of prepubescent protest, the pong of defiance, the odor of coup, the waft of anarchy in progress.
Please, miss, please.
Once we've exorcised these demons, they shall be too pooped for skinning. Some double time discipline should stop the rot from setting in. All right, let's step it up now. Double time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Discipline, discipline for children who aren't listening, for midgets who are fidgeting and whispering in history. The chattering and chittering, the nattering and twittering is tempered with a smattering of discipline. We must begin insisting on rigidity and discipline, persistently resisting this anarchistic mischieving. These minutes you are frittering on pandering and pity. Well, it's ones like this, they just want discipline. The simpering and whimpering, the dribbling and the spittling, the miss I need a tissue, it's an issue we can fix. There is no mystery to mastering the art of classroom mistressing. It's discipline, discipline. The smell of rebellion, the stench of revolt, the reek of prepubescent plotting, the whiff of resistance, the pong of dissent, the funk of moral fiber rotting. Imagine a world with no children. Close your eyes and just dream. Imagine, come on, try it, the peace and the quiet of burbling stream. Now imagine a woods with a cottage, and inside that cottage we find a dwarf called Zeke, a carnival freak who can fold paper hats with his mind. And he says, don't let them steal your horses. Don't let them throw them away. If you find your way through, they'll be waiting for you singing, Nay! Nay!
She's mad.
And now, just like I said, the stinky maggot rears his head. Even the squittiest, piteous mess can harbor seeds of stinkiness. Have you ever seen anything more repellent? Have you ever smelled anything worse than that smell of rebellion? The stench of revolt, the reek of insubordination, the whiff of resistance, the pong of distance. And I will not stop till you are squashed, till this rebellion is squashed, till glorious sweaty discipline has washed this sickening stench away.
This is the note. I've got the note, and I'm going to put it into the trench box.
Quiet!
I don't think this is teaching at all. I think it's just cruelty.
That is because you, Miss Honey, are pathetic. You are wet. You are weak. You are, in fact, a sniveling little newt. Oh, it's a...
What is it?
Ew, it's disgusting. It's a snake.
Watch out, Miss Principal is going to bite. I bet it's poisonous.
Quiet, children, please.
You!
What? Me? No, I didn't.
You did this, you malicious little sinner! Stop when we're only just getting started!
Miss Trunchbull, you can't!
Oh, Miss Honey, don't worry, I won't pull his ears off. I've discovered through many years of experimentation that the ears of young children do not come off. They stretch. In fact, I think I can feel these ones stretching now!
Leave them alone, you big fat bully!
How dare you! You are not fit to be in this school! You ought to be in a prison! In the deepest, dankest, darkest prison! I shall have you wheeled out and strapped to a trolley with the muzzle of your mouth! I shall crush you! I shall pound you! I shall strap you to a table and perform experiments on you. All of these disgusting little slugs shall suffer most appalling indignities. Yes.
Have you ever wondered what I have about when I say secret? For example, there's no way of knowing if red means the same thing in your head as red means in my head when someone says red. And now if we are traveling at almost the speed of light, I'm holding a light, that light would still travel away from us at the full speed of light, which seems right in a way. But I'm trying to say, I'm not sure, but I wonder if inside my head I'm not just a bit different from some of my friends. These answers that come into my mind are bidden, these stories delivered to me fully written. How everyone shouts like they seem to like shouting. The noise in my head is incredibly loud, and I just wish they stopped. My dad and my mom and the telly and the stories would stop for just once. And I'm sorry, I'm not quite explaining it right, but the noise becomes anger and the anger is light, and this burning inside me would usually fade. But it isn't today, and the heat and the shouting, and my heart is pounding, and my eyes are burning. Suddenly, everything is quiet, like silence, but not really silent. Just that still sort of quiet, like the sound of a page being turned in a book. was no walk in the woods. Quiet. Like silence, but not really silent. Just that nice kind of quiet. Like the sound when you lie upside down in your bed. Just the sound of your heart in your head. And there's a people around me. The mouse is still moving. The words that are forming cannot reach me anymore. And it is quiet, and I am warm, like I've said. Into the eye of the storm. Go on, tip over, please.
Miserable collection of excuses for children. And you, madam, standing there like the squid of squids on its beating heart. But I tell you, I am a match for you, and there is no length to which I shall not go. No punishment I shall not inflict. No ear I shall not stretch back. No finger I shall not snap. What is it? Get it off me! Get it off me! It's an enormous... Oh, there's a noose in my nipples! There's a noose in my nipples!
Well, that was interesting. I think we'd all better go home while we still can. Matilda?
Watch.
Matilda, I think it would be wise.
Watch, please. I moved it with my eyes. Why strange?
How do you fancy a nice cup of tea?
So, what do you think this thing is? The thing with my eyes?
I can't pretend that I know, Matilda, but I don't think it's something we should be frightened of. I think it's something to do with that incredible mind of yours.
You mean there's no room for all of my brains so they squish out through my eyes?
Well, no, not exactly, but yes, something like that. You certainly are a special girl, Matilda. I met your mother. She's unusual. What about your father? Is he proud to have a daughter as clever as you are?
Oh yes, he's very proud. He is very, 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 very proud. He's always saying, Matilda, I'm so proud to have a daughter as... That's not true, Miss Honey. That's not what he says at all. He says I'm a liar, a cheat, and a nasty little creep.
I see. Well, here we are. Home, sweet home.
Are you poor?
Yes. Yes, I am.
But
very.
Don't they pay teachers very much?
Well, they don't, actually. But I am poorer than most because of, well, other reasons. You see, I used to live with my aunt, but one day I was out walking and I came across this old shed and I fell completely in love with it. I ran to the farmer and begged him to let me move in. He thought I was mad, but he agreed and I've lived here ever since.
But, Miss Honey, you can't live in a shed.
I'm not strong like you, Matilda. You see, My father died when I was young. Magnus was his name. He was very kind. But after he was gone, my aunt became my legal guardian. She was mean and cruel like you can hardly imagine. And when I got my job as a teacher, she presented me with a bill for looking after me all those years. She'd written everything down, every tea bag, every electricity bill, every tin of beans. She made me sign a contract to pay her back every penny. She even produced a document that said my father had given her his entire house.
But do you really think that? Magnus, do you really think he just gave her his house?
I don't know, Matilda, but I find it hard to believe. Just like I cannot believe that he would have killed himself, which is what she said happened.
Don't you think she did him in? Don't you, Miss Honey?
I cannot say, Matilda. All I know is that years of being bullied by that woman made me, well, pathetic. I was trapped.
And that's why you live here.
This roof keeps me dry when the rain falls. This door helps to keep the cold at bay. On this floor I can stand on my own 2 feet. On this chair I can write my lessons. On this pillow I can dream my nights away. And this table, as you can see, well, it's perfect for tea. It isn't much, but it is enough for me. It isn't much, but it is enough.
But don't they... She's got everything that's yours.
On these walls I hang wonderful pictures. Through this window I can watch the seasons change. By this lamp I can read. And I am set free. And when it's cold outside, I feel no fear. Even in the winter storms, I am warmed by a small but stubborn fire. And there is nowhere I would rather be. It isn't much, but it is enough for me. For this is my house. This is my house. It isn't much, but it is enough for me. This is my house. This is my house. It isn't much, but it is enough. And when it's cold and bleak, I feel no fear. Even in the fiercest storms, I am warmed by a small but stubborn fire. Even when outside it's freezing, I don't pay much heed. I know that everything I need is in here. It isn't much, but it is enough for me. It isn't much, but it is enough for me.
Miss Honey, is this your father's scarf?
Well, yes. My mother gave it to him before she died. You see, she was an
acrobat.
What? How did you? And my father, he was an escapologist. Matilda, how do you know that?
So they are your parents.
What? Who? I don't.
The people in my story.
What story?
I've been telling a story, and I thought it was made up, but it's your life. I've seen your life.
You've seen my life.
She did him in. Let's go to the police.
What? No, we have no evidence.
But you could just tell them. Tell them she did it.
That would never work, Matilda. It would just be my word against hers, and they never believed she was capable of murder.
But she shouted at you. She beat you. She threw you in tiny cupboards and locked you in the cellar.
Stop, Matilda, please!
Miss Honey, your aunt's a murderer. She killed Magnus. Who is she?
A contract is a contract is a contract.
Miss Trunchbull.
Hello. Thank you. I love you all. Look at these. Aren't they beautiful? I am them all from hammer throwing. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you. There it goes. Another world record broken. I love you all. Yes. Thank you. Look at them. They're all gold. Not silver, not bronze. Gold. Because gold is for winners. I'm a winner. In this class, children, there are two types of people. The winners and the losers. I am a winner. I play by the rules and I win. If I play by the rules and I do not win, then something is wrong. Something is not working. And if something is wrong, you have to put it right, even if it screams. What are you looking at?
You.
This class is going to have a very special spelling test. Any child who gets one single answer wrong shall go to choky. You, spell, let's see now, spell newt.
Newt. N-E-W-T. Newt.
What?
Miss Honey taught us. She's very good at teaching.
Preposterous. Miss Honey's too kind and fluffy to be good at anything. Any moron can see that. You, stand up, turn around, and spell the one thing that you all are. Revolting.
Revolting. R-E-V-O-L-T-I-N-G. Revolting.
You're cheating!
Of course she's not cheating. She's simply spelling the word.
These little specks of dust can't be this clever. They're worms.
I've taught them, that's all, with kindness and patience and respect.
How dare you bring those words into my classroom? You know nothing of teaching and I shall prove it. You, filthbog, snot-nose, spell oncolocomoniustomosis.
What? That's not a word, you just made it up.
Spell or go to choky. Oh, and I should warn you, there are silent letters.
A-M-E-L-L-A.
Oh, dearie, dear, dear.
K.
I'm so sorry. It was a silent Z. You're going to choky!
Cat. C-A-F. Cat. I guess it's wrong, miss. Gonna have to put me in choky too.
What?
Dog. D-K-G. Dog. And me. Table. X-A-B-F-Y. And me.
What are you doing? Stop this!
You can put solid choky. Banana. G-A-T-A-N-X-Y.
Stop! Stop!
Maggots. T-S-P-A-D-Y-F. Snot-nose. U-T-O-O-O-O.
Stop this! Stop this! You hear?
T-U-N-T-Y-X-N. Big fat bully.
this spelling test is over, I can tell you that each and every one of you has failed. In this world, children, there are two types of people, the winners and the losers, and I am...
The chalk! Look! The chalk!
What? What the devil?
Moving!
Who?
No one! No one's doing anything! Agatha. This is madness.
A few days later, the acrobat and the escapologist's daughter received a letter from a solicitor. it said that her parents' will had mysteriously turned up, and she was now the owner of a beautiful old house, which had, up until that point, been owned by the evil aunt, one Agatha Trunchbull. She moved in. She was so happy, the happiest she had ever been in her entire life.
As for Miss Trunchbull, she was never seen again. The Tokies were immediately destroyed and a new headmistress took over.
And her name was Miss Honey! And it is said that it is the best school in all the land.
And do you know something else? Matilda was never again able to move things with her eyes. I thought perhaps it was because her mind was being challenged, but she said it was because she no longer had a need for superpowers. But sometimes I would look at Matilda, this little girl who had done so much to help others, but who was stuck with parents who were mean and cruel and called her names. And I would feel my blood boil, and I wish that I could just do something.
So, this is the end. And I wish so much that I could tell you that the story has a happy ending. I wish I could tell you that Matilda got the love that she deserved. But perhaps the truth is, not all stories have happy endings.
Don't stand there gawping! We're going to Spain!
Spain? But why? Because this idiot, this nitch, this twin brain thought it was a good idea to sell 155 old bangers to the Russian mafia!
I said it caused the bloody Russian mafia, now did I? Come on, pack your things. We are leaving and never coming back.
No! Let Matilda stay here with me.
I beg your pardon.
Mr. Wormwood, I would love to take Matilda. If she would like to stay with me, that is, I would pay for everything and look after her with love and care. Would you like that, Matilda?
You mean leave our daughter here with you?
What did you call
They'll
me?
be here any minute.
Dad, you call me your daughter!
They're here, you idiot! I told you!
Wait, how'd it work? What if they damaged my leg? My beautiful leg!
You are the Wormwood's daughter?
Yes.
Where is your father?
He is, I don't know.
So Wormwood is a stupid man, and being stupid, he assumed I was stupid too. And that is a very, very stupid and rude thing to do.
Yes, you see, my father is very stupid and very rude.
You know this? At least there is one clever one in the family. What is your name, little girl?
Matilda.
I like you, Matilda. You seem smart. Sadly, in my line of work, I don't often get to meet smart people like you. Most of the people I deal with, their thinking is all backwards.
Backwards!
Oh, dear boy, come on, we can talk about this like civilized men. We don't have to be so...
Itaja pukurovaya svojo mericaca atca. Da, prijatno poznakomica sa takoj umnoj davačkoj.
So, si to keravački.
Ty говоришь по-русски?
To spremie.
Matilda, who taught you how to speak Russian?
I guess I told myself. I was reading Dostoevsky, and I thought it would be best if I read it in the language it was written in.
I am Sergei. It is truly an honor to meet you, Matilda Wormwood. Matilda, your father has been stupid and rude to both of us, yes? I can very easily have one of my friends teach him manners. And one day, when he leaves hospital, he will still be stupid, but not so rude, I think. I give this as gift to you. What do you say?
Although this is a tempting offer, Mr. Sergei, He is my father, and I am his daughter. I think I've had enough revenge.
This little girl, this miracle, Matilda. No, study the lines. Matilda, ja сказал Matilda, что с вами сегодня? Matilda, your father is very, very stupid. But he is also very, very, very lucky to have you as his daughter. Although, if I happen to be doing business here again and I see him, he will not be so lucky.
Quick, let's get out of here before they change
Hold
their
on,
minds.
what about the girl? You want to stay here with Miss Honey?
Yes, I do.
And you want to look after her?
I do.
Well, you're a bit short on room, so yes.
Oh, thank you.
Bye, Matilda.
And Matilda leapt into Miss Honey's arms.
And hugged her.
And Miss Honey hugged her back.
And no one seemed to notice as the wormwood.
And Rodolfo.
As the wormwoods and Rudolfo sped away into the distance.
Because they had found each other.
Yes, they have found each other.